You know, a year ago, I had my doubts about 2009's place in the annals of gaming history, but here I am 12 months later, having a hell of a time ranking my favorite games of the year. But rank them I must, and after much pondering and gritting of teeth, I have finally narrowed it down to these, my 10 favorite games of 2009. I think the very fact that we're even talking about a game with the words Street and Fighter in the title says all that needs to be said here. After a decade-long hiatus, it was shocking enough for Capcom to resurrect the main Street Fighter series at all. That they've managed to do it tastefully with pretty much the right mix of characters, a totally appropriate 3D art style, and some smart new fighting mechanics is damn near a miracle. Okay, fine. Resident Evil 5 didn't make anywhere near the same sort of impact that its momentous seminal predecessor did a few years ago. But it did settle comfortably into a genre that RE4 helped to create, taking its place among a lot of other great third-person shooters. And what it may have lacked in mood and ambiance, I think it more than made up for in replayability. I unlocked every gun in that game. I unlocked every upgrade for those guns. I played through the game 3 times. There's got to be something special going on there. When I went back to finish off Shadow Complex's Proving Grounds recently, I had a few issues with the wonkiness of the controls. And then I thought to myself, does Shadow Complex really belong in your top 10? And then I thought, dude, they made Super Metroid in 2009. And then I thought, hell yes, it belongs on this list. I can't say all that much about why it is the new Silent Hill really stuck with me and not just give the whole damn game away. It was a bold move to strip the survival horror formula down to its core and then really rebuild it entirely without combat. The unique uses of the Wii's motion controls and the little built-in speaker are also wonderfully realized, but it's really the disturbing, layered, and deeply personal storyline that really bored its way into my psyche and just kind of lived there. This is not a game that I'm going to get out of my head anytime soon. Sure, Modern Warfare 2's campaign is a little overblown. Its multiplayer is a little predictable, but okay, still totally addictive. But it's the Spec Ops mode that has really kept me coming back repeatedly. Trying to get through all those 2-player challenge missions on Veteran has been one of the tensest, most demanding, and most rewarding cooperative experiences I've ever played. Now, if I could just put a dent in the Echo tier, goddamn juggernaut. The best little handheld RPG series around really got back to brass tacks with this 3rd installment. I guess you could kind of see it as a risky move to cast Bowser as a major protagonist in a Mario game, but when you've got writing this smart and hilarious on your side, it would really be kind of hard to screw that up. Mix in a great refinement of Mario and Luigi's traditional timing-based RPG combat, and this is one of the best DS games in a long, long time. Things I really like about Infamous: the running, the jumping, climbing, the aiming, the shooting, the enemies, the city, the side missions, the leveling, the zap, crackle, pop electrical superpowers, and the larger-than-life, twisty-turny comic book storyline. I guess that's just about everything. Well, okay, I could probably do without Zeke. Flower's like a game you don't just play, man. It's a game you feel. It's about, like, the environment and stuff, and, like, people should just stop polluting, you know? Actually, I just enjoyed the lazy pacing of Flower, the undemanding gameplay, and the really profound visual splendor. You can take the themes or leave them. I was really just touched by the subtle beauty of the experience itself. Oh man, they got so many things right with Batman Arkham Asylum. I love that this isn't any particular movie version of Batman. There's no hint of Heath Ledger here. It's just the confident, capable, comic book Batman doing what Batman does. Every single element of the gameplay is so sublimely tuned, from the stealth moves to the brilliant combat to all of Batman's wonderful toys. There's such a fantastic rogues gallery of villains, the best set of collectibles in maybe any game ever. The list could probably go on and on and on. Class act all the way. Listen, games still have a lot of growing up to do. They've got a long way to go. And I can't think of any game that covered more of that territory, that really advanced all the aspects of game creation more this year than Uncharted 2. It practically redefined cinematic action with a presentation that almost transcends the medium. And it really backs it all up with a fun, jaunty, and just really believable, character-driven storyline. When I think back on 2009 and years hence, Uncharted 2 is the game I'm going to remember the most, and the most fondly.